Today I set off to investigate the folklore and urban legends of my hometown, Lubbock, Texas. Although it may seem like a quaint little city, we have many haunted locations with dark histories and most commonly, stories made up specifically to scare locals. I will not only share the histories of these places, but also personal testimonies of these people's experiences, and I hope to answer one question. Does a place's history change your perspective of that location, even if it's something deemed not scary, like a high school, a university, or a park? To start, I want to expand on Lubbock's history and folklore. Lubbock is a moderately large city as 2025, located in the center of the Panhandle, earning its nickname the Hub City after becoming the economic hub of the plains. Lubbock was founded in 1876 by two groups known as Old Lubbock and Monterey, and by 1890 was consolidated to form Lubbock County. Lubbock was named after Thomas S. Lubbock, brother of a Texas governor, Francis R. Lubbock, in 1876. Lubbock was officially inducted as a Texas city in 1909 with the creation of Texas Technological College, eventually becoming Texas Tech University in 1923, and the construction of the first Lubbock Hotel in 1926 called Hotel Lubbock. Over the years, Lubbock has expanded its infrastructure and population, now housing approximately 332,354 residents in Lubbock County compared with 1,998 in 1910. As the course of our history unfolded, notable places were gaining new meanings and publicity, like Hell's Gates, a train trestle in a park, Texas Tech University, Lubbock High School, Woodrow Manor, and even the fact that we have tunnels underground all over downtown and the university, all for particularly scary reasons. Most likely, the most well-known legend in Lubbock is the story of Hell's Gates. There are numerous stories surrounding this train trestle located in Dunbar Park. Some of these include that train robbers stopped a train here, killed the passengers, and threw their bodies over the bridge. Others include rumors of a woman who hung herself from the bridge, as well as it being used as a location for satanic rituals in the 1970s. Although I could find no evidence that any of these stories were based on fact, I grew up hearing them frequently and have told my younger siblings the same. Hell's Gate is relatively popular with teens and young adults as it offers peaceful, beautiful scenery during the day, but the energy drastically changes when the sun goes down. There's also the foundation of an abandoned warehouse, according to Zombie.com, but some sources say that this is the remains of an abandoned church that was burned down, although none of this can be confirmed. People are known to see shadows and orbs when they're out there and to feel negative energy.
Yes. Well, there's actually like several different stories about different parts of it being haunted. There's like the old, it's like a foundation that's where a house used to be. There's, they say that a whole family was murdered there. Of course, there's no evidence to support that. And then, but now people take plates up there and write like wishes or stuff they want to let go of or whatever, write it on the plate and then smash the plate. That's why there's so much broken glass up there now, and most of it has writing on it. And then the other is that the railroad trestle is haunted, and that is because so many people have accidentally, I'm using air quotes, accidentally fallen off of it. And there was just a case of that happening not too long ago again, where a kid fell off of up there.
Kind of, not really. I heard that it was like a haunted railroad track, basically, and like there was a house and it burned down.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm super receptive to certain energies, and I love it out there. Personally, like I don't feel any negative energy or anything like that out there. But that's actually one of my favorite places to go pretend I'm not in Lubbock, because in the spring and fall, it's on the migratory path for butterflies, and it's really pretty and overflowing with them. So yeah, I don't think I don't know. I think people fall off of it because it's rickety and old and they're up there at night, probably under the influence, not because of anything supernatural.
Okay. So you would say you have a positive view of this place?
Yeah, I don't fall for the hoopla.
I was shaky and nervous in a way. I didn't really like it. One night we decided to go up there, and it was my first time. I was kind of nervous and stuff, but it ended up being okay. We ended up walking up like this really steep hill, and I almost fell, and it was just overall kind of sketchy.
Yeah, just because it's a really pretty place and we've been there during the day, and I just thought it was really pretty.
Lubbock High School is the oldest high school in Lubbock, Texas, being founded in 1891 before the city was even incorporated. The building we currently know was finished in 1931, making it an ancient building, only enhancing the scary vibes. The school was incorporated as a historical landmark in 1985 due to its long history, and is also the largest high school in Lubbock, occupying 5.5 acres with 2 stories, a basement, and even underground tunnels. The main stories you'll hear about Lubbock High are that the bell tower in Buddy Holly's homeroom are haunted by his spirit, as well as a student who was found hanging in the auditorium after a mysterious audition. Although, just like Hell's Gates, none of these are based on factual evidence, but on people's word of mouth and stories.
Yes, because I went to Lubbock High. Also, with the bell tower being haunted because people have fallen to their death from there or killed themselves there. That both are rumors. And then the auditorium is supposed to be haunted too, which when I was in high school, I had a bunch of friends that were theater nerds, and they tried to test the theory, and me and some non-theater nerd friends thought it would be funny to mess with them. And I do believe that the auditorium is haunted after going places I shouldn't have and things happening that I can't explain.
What kind of things?
So I do things moving by themselves and just like a feeling. I don't know.
So,
Like it's a feeling. I could feel that something was there that was not happy with us. I mean, I never went poking around in the auditorium again, I'll tell you that much. But like I never got to go up in the bell tower or anything like that where they say, but I know people that have been there and they say that you can definitely feel like something real heavy and dark there. I probably wouldn't have thought twice about it, but when it happened, it's all I could think about.
Woodrow Manor lies just south of Lubbock, right off the highway. It is a relatively new home built in 1994, but it didn't stop the stories from culminating. It is a beautiful house with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it sits on a 12.5-acre lot. Numerous different stories surround this place, including a man who was supposedly shot dead in the driveway in the first few years of the home being built. Another goes that burglars broke into the house, killing a young girl on the stairs. One of the most notorious stories about this house, though, is about a veterinarian who would allegedly perform experiments on both alive and dead animals in the shed, with the most infamous being about a pit bull mix who underwent a C-section under the vet's care, but it is alleged that the vet put the puppy's back into her stomach and sewed the dog back up. Although I could find no evidence of something this grotesque, I did find a court document against veterinarian Penny Calso where she was banned from practicing for 5 years and had to take additional courses for malpractice on a dog named Spooky, after a C-section scar got severely infected while in her care in the home.
Yes. I've heard that it's haunted, but I know people that know the owners, and they just ran out of money while they were building it. And I've been out there because someone had abandoned dogs there, and I have been out there at night trying to chase dogs down that were abandoned on the property. It was a mama and some puppies. And I will say it was super creepy, but it was also like a half-built house that has been open to the elements and stuff for however long. Definitely not, because the stories were specifically animal related.
Overall, I've discovered that stories and folklore can significantly shape how people perceive specific locations. The places I've expanded on are ordinary places that people encounter almost daily, such as a high school, a university, a park, and even a home. Based on my research and my own experiences, I believe that the history of these places will dramatically change how you feel about them when you visit, and could even make you more susceptible to feeling specific ways if you know of the backstory of a location before you visit.